diesel fuel injection, diesel, right? So far we have seen, discussed, referred the section gasoline or petrol or spark ignition. Today we will see the section diesel or compression ignition or fuel injection system. Actually, this is called fuel injection system. Fuel carburation system should be earlier one, carburation system. So here injection system, diesel fuel comes from the middle distillate group, right? So you know there are crude oil come from the in the sand mine. There are mining under the sea or sometime under the land of the Middle East. They will take the crude oil, crude. There are no petrol, diesel, super petrol, everything comes from after the distillation. So crude oil comes from the mining process. Actually, mining did to find out the gems, diamond and some minerals as well as oil also. So fuel after the distillation, it will be separated according to the vaporization temperature. So diesel is a middle group. So petrol is super petrol is last one. Tar from you can construct a road, tar. Second one, wax. You construct the wax is for candle, so many properties wax. Then it will be come to the kerosene. Then diesel, super diesel, octane 92, octane 95, super petrol, everything comes from the according to the vaporization temperature. So diesel come to the middle distillation group, which has properties and the characteristic different from the gasoline, right? It will be differ. That's why price also differ, terms also differ. Octane 80, C80, carbon 80, that is carbonate. So diesel fuel properties and characteristic: viscosity, measure of the fluid resistant to flow. What is the meaning of the viscosity? What is the definition of the viscosity? Measure of fluid resistance to flow. It is the the viscous. So viscous fluid are something difficult to move. If you pour in a one surface, it will be very limited flow. That's why resistant to flow. Measure the fluid resistant to flow. Wax appearance point and 4-point temperature. I told you different vaporization temperature. So here diesel have different temperature. Okay. Volatility. Volatility actually is a vaporization nature. Volatility is a vaporization nature of the. So petrol will vaporize very quickly, but diesel will not vaporize that much. Octane number, septane number. Petrol is a octane, O, CP. Octane, here septane. Septane number or rating. Normally we call septane rating. Diesel fuel grades. High pressure diesel fuel injection system. High pressure diesel fuel injection system. Now we want to see the this is the property of fuel diesel. Then we will see the how to diesel will inject to the system. Function of fuel injection equipment. The function of the fuel injection equipment is supply the engine with fuel in quantities exactly metered in proportion to the power required to time with almost accurately. You can read this. What the thing is there. Sometime we want to write it in examination point of view. That's why we will put all the things here. So the fuel must be injected through the suitable nozzle. Yeah, I told you to diesel engine. So there Venturi structures is there. You will, if you want, you will write Venturi structure is in a carburetor in a petrol engine. So why I told always diesel petrol comparison is a very important for your examination boy. Compare the, mostly we will ask you compare. So the carburation system Venturi here nozzle. Nozzle also same as the Venturi, but the mechanism is little different. Fuel must be injected through suitable nozzle at high pressure. Cause the required degree of atomization. What is the meaning of atomization? Atomization is the process to divide into very smaller particle of diesel. Atomization is a process to actually to not divide it, to break down the particle into several small atom level breakdown. That is called atomization. Atomization is the process to break down the particle same as the atom in the combustion chamber and ensure that mixed with sufficient air for complete combustion in the cylinder time available. Right? So I will explain clearly, don't think too much of. So when the diesel is sprayed, when the diesel is sprayed, end of the compression stroke. So end of the compression mean what will compress then? Diesel is spray end of the compression stroke. Then before the compression stroke or during the compression stroke, which will compress? Yeah. So that is the major difference in the intake. Intake means suction. In the suction stroke, air alone, air only air or air alone suck from the suck inside the cylinder. Then air will compress. After the compression of the air will very heated up to 600 degrees C. So we are here the 16 time compression. So in the petrol I told you 8:1 compression ratio 8:1. So 8 volume of air is compressed as 1 volume. That is called air fuel mixture. In the gasoline engine, air fuel mixture. Here air alone compressed in 16 time. Then where temperature is very high, then this diesel is sprayed inside this air. So it's a very simple mechanism. I told you already. It is invented by who knows? Nobody knows. Diesel will automatically burn inside the heated air. So first, what the thing is there? They are thinking about the improvement of engine. Spark plug always give a problem. Every day, spark plug will give a problem to the power. Then one day, the scientists invented by diesel, sitting and thinking about this problem to how to overcome this. So one stone, in the air from the space, one stone burn and fall down in the sky. One stone or the material, whatever material, we don't know what, one material burn and fall down. It's not a star, it's a one component in the air, come through the air and automatically burn and fall down. So they thought, okay, for the burning, heated air is enough to burn metal. Here is a liquid Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So how many minutes it will be not displayed in your screen? This is the last slide or one slide before? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, some interruption. Okay. Now we will continue. In multi-cylinder engine, what is a multi-cylinder engine? Yes, it's more than one. More than one we call multi-cylinder, right? One cylinder, single cylinder. We will tell single cylinder engine and multi-cylinder engine. So injection should be delivered metered mean calibration, right? Okay, we will move next. For the combustion of fuel in diesel engine, the air charge is highly compressed. The air charge, they will not tell you the diesel, air fuel mixture. Here only the word air. Air charge is highly compressed in a temperature well above the spontaneous ignition temperature. Spontaneous mean it is the ignition temperature, burning temperature. Ignition is the burning temperature. Spontaneous mean automatically increase. That is called spontaneous reaction, mean it automatically happens. Spontaneous ignition temperature is SIT of the fuel. As the piston approaches TDC, I told you end of the compression stroke, top dead center, fuel injected at the high pressure here by the injector pump in the diesel engine. Injector is high pressure and suitable viscosity, right? That's why diesel engine doesn't work in the petrol. Hello? Diesel engine doesn't work when you fill the petrol. Suppose you have a diesel vehicle, suppose diesel is difficult to get it, then you put the petrol, it will never work, right? Because the viscosity is different. This continues for 4 to 28 degree of crank rotation. I will teach later. Timing. Depending upon the engine speed and design, the fuel passes through the following phases. A delay period between the commencement of injection and very finely divided into fuel droplet and the commencement of ignition. I told you don't write too much of things. You will write fuel will divide in droplets. Atomization, then only the ignition will take place. Rapid combustion is a burning of the fuel accumulated in the cylinder during the initial delay period. Don't worry about this term. This term is a crank timing term. Rise in pressure, right? Pressure will increase the cylinder after the burning. Steady combustion of the remainder of the fuel charge is mixed. So the combustion will take place because you divide it into several small droplets of the diesel. Then diesel will burn individually. Every particle will burn. Hello. Already in the fuel system of the petrol, the burning starts from one point of the spark. Then burning will continue through the layer. Here, every atom is burning, right? After burning period, during which remaining unburned fuel find oxygen and combustion is completed. So they will few seconds needed to complete this burning process. Yes. There are some tests you want to check. The spray of the nozzle, injector maximum flow test, fuel injector, pulse flow test, and pintle response. These are the injector nozzle test. I will tell you. Okay, we will come to the objective of this station of the diesel engine. Every subject, every co-module or module. Actually, module is a full term. Co-module is inside what they are. Every co-module have a objectives. So this objective is the functional objective for fuel injection system can vary. All share the central task of supplying fuel to the combustion process. Supplying fuel to the combustion process is the main objective of the fuel system. But it is design decision how a particular system is optimized. Then first we want to supply, second we want to optimize, get the maximum power. There are several component objectives such as power output, fuel efficiency, emission performance, running on the alternative fuels, reliability, and drivability and smooth operation. Hello, listen my words.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the objective, tell me the first objective, supply fuel to the combustion process. This is a central task. It's the main objective is supply. Then it is the second objective to optimize the process. When you optimize the process, you will get these sort of advantages, right? So when you want to study, you want to ask many questions. We also asking questions. Based on these questions, we will design this system. First question is, it is not a compulsory, it is not a for mid-semester quiz, but they are the common pattern of the content. They will ask question, what is fuel? First question. Then properties of fuel. I told you, petrol and diesel, they have some properties. So how can you, what are the terms used to identify or used to explain the proper word? Qualities of diesel fuel. Then everyone, they are confusing on quality and quantity. What is the quantity? Quantity is the amount. How many liters? How many barrels? How many tank? Quality is your liters. Petrol quality mean what are the special characters for petrol? So quality of diesel, first you want to tell it is viscous fluid. Don't quantity. Right? Fuel test. What are the fuel tests they want to perform? Normally, you every after the distillation they will perform several tests to check the fuel correct amount of ignition temperature, volatility, viscosity, everything. Something they have a some other component mixed with, sometimes vapor mixed with other component. We call detonation test. I will tell you what are the tests. Fuel supply system in engine, how the fuel will supply. Component of fuel system in SI engine. What is SI engine? That is called spark ignition. Normally we call SI. Then carburetor come there. So the fuel system, commonly component of fuel system in SI engine, carburetor. Fuel supply system in diesel engine or compression, CI engine. Compression ignition. That's called diesel engine. Component of fuel supply system of diesel engine. Precaution in handling of fuel system. That sometime it will expect to come in your examination, because we are not teaching separately. What are the precaution? What you want to have a precaution mean before something happen, you want to take consideration of the maintenance of fuel system. Precaution mean before something happened, you want to maintain proper way in the fuel system, right? These are the very important things. right? Fuel supply system for diesel engine. This is prepared for the final year. So some slides are not important, but it is also needed. But you no need to memorize. This is the needed. Fuel is drawn from the fuel tank by feed pump. I already told fuel feed pump or fuel pump. Sometimes you want to write this is the petrol fuel pump or diesel fuel pump. Normally, if you write suction also same as inlet valve. So delivery supply, exhaust valve or delivery valve through high pressure pipes. So normally in carburetor, the fuel go through the metal, bigger pipe. We call it inlet manifold, open pipe. Here, every chamber having separate copper pipe called high compression pipe. High pressure pipe. High pressure pipe is a copper pipe, right? So fuel sent through the copper pipe to the combustion chamber. Fuel injected into combustion chamber through injection nozzle. So I told you there are two important spare injector pump and injector nozzle. Injector. You see injection pump or they call injector. Injector is not a nozzle. Injector is a pump. Hello, injector nozzle. You want to write injector nozzle or otherwise you will write nozzle. If you write injector alone, one word is there, it is denoted by the pump. Injector is a pump. Okay, we will read. When the computer is the injector, a magnetic field is produced in the coil. Okay. Magnetism pulse the plunger and valve up to the open the injector. Fuel is sprayed above the throttle valve. So what the operation, what they told is in, so injector pump, earlier one injector pump worked under the injector pump work under the, now injector pump should be electronic injector pump. This is called electronic. Electronic means pulse. You see pulse, magnetic pulse. So magnetic pulse. What the plunger? What is the plunger? Yeah, plunger is the injector pump inside the injector pump. I will not read anything about nozzle. Now we will see the injector pump. Injector pump inside. Plunger is there. Plunger is equal to piston. Plunger is equal to piston. Always you think plunger is equal to piston. Pull the piston. The magnetic pulse. I told you the electronic system pulse is there. Pulse is the electronic impulse. So the plunger will and valve will open. Plunger will move. Valve will open. Like your crank. Activity of the crank. What will do? Crank. Push the piston up. That's here. That's plunger is same. Then push the piston up. Sometime valve will open. Same thing here. Magnetic field is there. Fuel is fed above the throttle valve. Throttle valve is I told you. Throttle valve is actually in the throttle valve allow fuel air mixture. Here throttle valve in the diesel engine, throttle valve allow the diesel, because air will already compress. End of the compression stroke, diesel will spray. It's the main component and main features of the diesel. So, okay, fuel spray above the throttle system, right? Here you will see diesel fuel system. So now you are want to clear the operation of fuel injectors. Injectors mean, I told you, it is a pump. It is a pump. You see, here they will return something. So this also indicated single cylinder injector. Is a pump. It is not a nozzle. I will tell you the nozzle. The nozzle is here. You can see 4 nozzles spraying the diesel in a red color. You see heated air. It will be producing. This is the nozzle. I will show you the diagram clearly. Don't worry. Here this is the injector nozzle. Injector nozzle same as the injector pump. Single pump and nozzle are near to same. But this is the diagram of the injector pump. You see high pressure inlet is there. Pressure come inside. Fuel come inside. Diesel will come inside. Right? How the diesel will come? You see this is the injector pump. This is the, you see the spraying pattern is there. Then it is the injector nozzle. Hello. It is the injector nozzle. This is the injector pump. Injector pump, you see, this is called plunger. Right? The valve opening, then fuel go. This is blue color one, fuel go. So then the high pressure, we will the operation of fuel injector. When the solenoid is energized, the injector valve open. So solenoid is a one switch, electronic switch. Don't confusing. Solenoid is a electronic switch. When the electronic switch on, energized mean on, the injector valve open. So valve is open, valve is there. Here also orifice is there. Valve is not there in the injector nozzle, but injector pump have valve. So valve is open when solenoid is energized. Switch is on, then valve is open. Fuel pressure is relieved above the injector piston and returned to the fuel tank via the injector leak back. Okay, what they think, the injector, the plunger will move up, then plunger will move down, the valve is open, fuel will pass through this injector nozzle line. You see the blue color one? High pressure fuel inlet. So this fuel come inside, so go through the orifice, but it will be not always, orifice is not always open. The needle valve is closed. You see the middle injector needle. Injector needle is in a closed orifice. Yes. The pressure is high. Several times injection is taking place. The pressure will increase. It will be start to spray. Right? So here what the one word is there? Injector leak back. What is injector leak back? So suppose all the diesel, I told you several atom diesel will come inside, but it will be sprayed in a particular time. Not all the fuel. Some fuel, calibrated fuel are sprayed after the remaining fuel will return back to the injector pump. That is called injector leak back. Some injector pump also having excess fuel, it will be back to the fuel tank. Right? There are backlines there. So these nozzle inside components, valve spring, electromagnetic coil is there, electromagnetic coil is there. Return spring is there. I told you when return spring is not there, return spring, this orifice is not closed. Someone pressure will up. The pressure will increase. The nozzle needle should be up. then the return spring will close immediately. So very important return spring. You see piston inside, a small piston like needle or piston like the thing is there above the needle, piston like thing is there. Spring is there, nozzle spring also there, return spring also there, pressure pin also there. So fuel return line is there. So this is the pressure connection line. So somehow you want to know it about injector nozzle, right? So here you see. So non-injection mean during the first fuel come in, there are no spray, but because the spray should be in a particular pressure needed. So initially the fuel come, pressure will increase. That time it is not appropriate pressure for spraying. It will be called non-injection. Non-injection means fuel is there but not spray, ready to spray. Now you see here spray is there, then closed. So when you see in three stages, 1, 2, 3 stages, fuel is there, regular one fuel, but only one time the injection will take place, mean spray the diesel, right? When spraying, you will see here the top also diesel is there, here top also there. This top diesel come down when the spraying is take place. So you see this is the electrical or electronic control. So the injection time and injection rate and injection after the injection it should be a diagram with little change, but don't worry about too much about this. There are 3 stages: non-injection, injection, end of the injection, right? Okay, the purpose of fuel system to provide reliably the proper amount of clean fuel. When you write the examination, so you want to be an expert in your machinery and write amount of clean fuel. First, yes, very important, clean fuel at a right pressure. So that is the main way of writing. The purpose of the fuel system is provide reliably the proper also important. Reliably no needed, the proper amount of clean fuel at a high pressure to the engine during all phases of the phases of flight and during the maneuvers. This is the combustion process. The fuel system include fuel storage, tank, components of tank, ventilation, over wing filter. Next, what is the fuel storage tank, tanks, and what is the tank ventilation? What's the tank ventilation? That's the tank. We provide the tank with some pressure changing or force or orifice or holes, pressure exchange holes. We call tank ventilation. Tank ventilation when the petrol is or diesel is go down or petrol go down, the above their vacuum is produced. Hello, full of fuel go down. When there are no ventilation holes is not there, then vacuum will produce. Then tank will go inside. Go inside mean it will be sink. Clearly you understand? Tank will sink. Vacuum is inside. Tank will lose the shape. So that is why when the fuel is go down, air will automatically come inside. Air will automatically come inside and replace the vacuum. So air is inside. There are no shape changes in the tank, fuel tank. That is why ventilation, tank ventilation, also tank with ventilation is needed. Then so many filter. Over wing filler, next and caps. Caps is actually cap is a lid. that have a ventilation holes. So the wing, over wing fillers mean it is not a filter, it is a filler. So the tank should be sometime bent and strips are there inside. Inside the tank there are so many bends there because of increased strength of the tank. I will fuel distribution, all components from the filler to the tank, from the tank to engine, quick disconnect, clamping, pumps, valves and controls. Fuel distribution line have pumps and valves. Clumping mean pipes. Connecting the pipe is called clumping. Clumping mean connecting the pipe with the pumps and valves and controls. Fuel dump, all components used to dump fuel overboard during the flight. So fuel dump also there, the excess fuel will collect 1 point is called fuel dump. Indicating, all components used to indicate the quantities, temperature and pressure. Indicating mean, what do you tell? Sensor light. All light. Indicator is the lighting system. Sometimes fuel block, some alarm and light is blinking. When you drive the car, have with very high sound service of your what home the sound is inside, or you have a headphone inside the car, so you cannot hear the sound. That's why indicator have lights. So light will blink. You can't put anything to the eye. Eye is always open. Very, very accurately, eye is open. So that's why every alarming system have lights. Suppose you doesn't, you are supposed to difficult to hear the sound by suppose you are using headphones or some other things, or some already car sound is there. So that is why indicator have lights, right? Objective of fuel injection system again. So meter the correct amount, equally distribute, meter the correct amount, equally distribute, inject fuel inside the cylinder at the correct time and rate with proper pattern of atomization. Start and end of injection should be sharp, right? So injection time should be vary per engine load and speed. Yes, injection timings should vary. So the fuel amount of will vary with the load and speed. When you drive the car in the first gear, fuel is very low. Second gear also, fuel is varying. When you drive the speed gear, sometimes you have a one passenger, sometimes you have a more than one. In the car, 5 people can travel. When 5 people sitting on the car, the fuel amount should be vary. That is why they will ask you the money. Sometimes they told 1 person or 5 person, petrol is not thus much of ranging or varying, but it should be the load of the vehicle. When you carry 1 metric ton of the cement or concrete, this metal part, then it is take a high amount of fuel. It should remain all the above requirements throughout the operation life with the higher degree of reliability. Reliability means so they have used very quickly. You won't write these 6 steps very clearly. So governor, I will not read all the things. The governor, you know this word is using as in a government organization, the government, high level of government person, the name, the post is given to, this is the name of the post is governor. Governor is a one person controlling all the administrative work, only one person. The person controlling all the government activity in provincial level. So north, for the north, one governor is there. So same thing, governor is in engine also there. It, you see, it control the fuel. Engine speed increases, the governor will control. The control mean the governor will give you more fuel. Engine speed is increased. The idling speed, I told you, when the engine is working, but vehicle is not moving. Idling means engine is working, parking with start. Hello, sometimes they are suddenly don't off the engine. If you off the engine, all the electronic and electrical and hydraulic pumps are before all the power. Then you start, it take time. So that why they will put in idling and go there and get it too quickly. Idling, all the sometime your brakes and the all the engine should be full of hydraulic system. Hydraulic means controlled by oil. Controlled by oil brake. Oil mean this is the hydraulic. We call hydraulic system. Hydraulic mean it's controlled by oil. All the pumps are full of oils. Then it will work. If you off the power, then all the oil are drained. Withdraw the oil, then you need some time to pick up the engine, right? Especially for your CTB buses. CTB buses start half an hour before. Then all the pump and the brakes are full of oil. We call activation process. This counter is control the fuel. Please read the counter. So I will sometime ask you the solve notes. Injection pump governor. So fuel injection diagnosis and service. Defect. I told you one section I will ask you. What are the problems encountered in fuel system? Then you want to write it. This defects in the other engine system can be mistaken for fuel injection problem. Emission control, ignition system operation, engine compression and vacuum leaks, battery state and charge. Visual check, locate the obvious problems, disconnected or damaged hose or wires. Where hose is there? Hose is a pipe. Sometimes pipes or wires should be disconnected. Corroded electrical connection. What is the corrosion? Sometimes in the battery connection and some other injector pump electronic connection, there are a lot of corrosion material. So you want to clean and put. So the mechanical or solid injection system, individual pump system, distributor system and common rail system. So actually what they ask is a main thing you want to keep in your mind. Injector pump are classified into 3 groups. Distributor type, distribution system. So you tell distributor type. This is called inline pump, inline distributor pump and common rail system. These are working of the inline pump is work individual pump system. Distributor system we call distributor injector pump distribution system. Other one we'll call common rail system. You will see the individual pump system is consist of a separate metering and compression pump. Inline pump, every pump have piston and bore. So distributor system, one rotating element. It is consist of a single pump for compressing the fuel, pulse, a deliver or device to distributing the fuel in the cylinders. What the system is there? One piston is rotating. Distributing means rotate. When the piston rotate, there are 2 holes. There are 4 cylinders. There are 4 holes there. Piston have one hole. When the piston hole and the injector pump holes are come to the straight line, then fuel injection will take place. That is the distribution system. Distribution system, this is consists of single pump compressing the fuel when rotating, right? Common rail, a single pump for compressing the fuel plus metering element for each cylinder. Single pump, it will control all the 4 cylinders. First one, every cylinder has separate piston and bow. Controlling this separately, separate pistons there. So here one piston is there, piston like element there, it is rotating. It will be contribute all 4 cylinders. So here one day, what is the system? One single pump, not rotating, moving up and down, but that's called reel. So it is not rotating, not distributor type. It is a common trail type, but it is controlled for cylinder. One pump. Here also distributor one pump. It is rotating. Inside they will rotate. Okay. So mechanical injection. Okay, I will 5 minutes more. Mechanical fuel injection system under very high pressure. This is very important. Spring-loaded valve required. At least 50 psi. Normally, our carburetor works at 5 psi, 5 to 10. Here you see 50 psi, high pressure lines. Spray in an even fuel pattern. So your diesel spray pattern should be even. Even means equal distribution, right? Check operation of injectors by removing each using 2 wrenches. So 2 wrenches mean there are two holes are there. So they will spray at a time right and left, right? Each injection should flow an equal amount. Equal amount they will spray. 2 trenches mean there are 2 small orifices there. 2 sides. Needle is there. Needle up, there are 2 sides. Fuel will inject it. So this is also important. When the injector is turned on, when the injector pump is turned on, it opens spraying atomized fuel at the backside of the intake valve. So don't through the intake valve also, okay. Spraying atomized fuel, right? Spraying atomized fuel in a side of the intake valve, right? The fuel is sprayed into the intake air stream. I told you air is compressed there. It mixed with the incoming air and vaporized due to the low pressure in the tank manifold, intake manifold. The signals, electrical signals, to deliver the enough fuel to achieve the ideal air fuel ratio. I told you 16. I told you 16, they written 14.7. So it is little bit vary, 15, 16, 14 to 16, right? 8:1 petrol, diesel 16:1. If you write 14:1, 15:1 also correct. But it is you write maximum 16:1. Here 14.7 is given. Depend on the engine. Spray fuel just before. Spray fuel, very, very important. Sprays fuel, especially for diesel, just before. Who has the intake valve open? A good example is diesel injection. Continuous injection, spray fuel into intake manifold at the all times. Air fuel ratio is controlled by increasing or decreasing fuel pressure at the injection. These are the terms they are using. This is the common rail diesel fuel system. High volume, low volume. Right. Main important of your work. What is the, so far you read mean you read, you already get the knowledge from these two classes. Please today you want to write what are the real difference between gasoline versus diesel engine. Gasoline engine versus diesel engine. If you are gasoline versus diesel, then the quality of fuel different. So this is the sometime which is the engine, gasoline engine, SI engine and CA engine difference, spark ignition, compression ignition, fuel injection, glow plug. Glow plug is a pre-plug. They are in the petrol engine, glow plugs. Right? So I will read this if you want. Spark ignition, gasoline engine use spark plug to ignite the fuel air mixture. Diesel engine use the heat of the compressed air to ignite the fuel. Right? This is the first difference. Spark ignition, gasoline engine use spark plug. Actually use spark from the plug to ignite the fuel air mixture. If you write ignite the fuel, then wrong. Fuel air mixture. Without air, it can't be burned. Second line, in the diesel engine line, you won't write it. Don't write diesel engine again. Then under the diesel column, use the heat of the compressed air. Very important one. Heated of compressed air to ignite the fuel. To ignite the fuel, you see intake air, compression it, then inject fuel. So this is the compressed air heat. We call self-ignition. It is called spark ignition. This is called self-ignition. The first difference. Fuel injection, gasoline use port. Fuel injection or carburation. If you write the carburetor is there, carburetor is the main component, okay. Diesel use direct fuel injection or pre-combustion chamber. Right. We will have in your first class. So what they call injection or carburation? Injection, fuel injection. Here port fuel injection. Here called direct fuel injection. Gasoline use port fuel injection mean inlet port. We call inlet manifold. PORT port manifold. Manifold or maniport. Maniport also okay, manifold also okay. This a port injection is a carburetor. Carburation of port fuel injection. Here direct injection, direct inside the chamber. Diesel will directly inject inside the chamber. Petrol will inject in the port outside. Then it will fall down through the valve. Right? So glow plugs, electrically heated wire that help heated pre-combustion chamber fuel when the engine is cold. When the diesel engine is cold, compression may not raise air to the temperature needed for fuel injection. So diesel, when the diesel engine, there are diesel engine, the pre-ignition plug, glow plug. Glow plug means sometimes they told petrol is very cold. When in the early morning petrol is very cold. Okay, some other country in Japan, they are very, very low temperatures, like zero. When the zero, petrol can't burn. So they need pre-plug. Pre-plug means sometime before the spark plug power, the fuel will go through the one heated line. Heated line. They have some plug in the, we call inlet manifold. Inlet manifold have some glow plug. Some motorbike also you can see. Glow plug is a preheating or pre-combustion chamber. Pre-combustion chamber means combustion chamber is original. Inside the cylinder, pre-combustion chamber should be outside. Some fuel will heated, not burn, heat. Then coil is there. That is called glow plug. Glow plug is a preheating of the diesel doesn't have that facilities. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So you want to write 25 different fuel and diesel and petrol vehicle difference 25. Then you got 100 marks in your examination. If you write 20, then 80 marks. If you write 15, then you have 70 marks. 10, 60 marks. 5, 50 marks. At least you won't write 10, you want to get 50 marks. 10, 15, 20, 25. 25, surely you got 100 marks. So ready for that. For your next semester examination, we will ask you the half an hour, 30 minutes, 30 difference. If you write 30 difference in 30 minutes, surely you got 50 marks out of 100 because there are two questions, one from power transmission, one from fuel. So the fuel, we will ask you the comparison of these two. You won't write 30 difference, 1 by 1 by 1 by. So you got 50 marks, 20, 10. At least maximum 30. 20 is okay for you getting 80 marks. So I will stop it here. Tuesday morning, when you practical class, I will take seeder or sprayer. Water pump already did, but I will solve one question related to water pump also. Solve the question. But you know very well about water pump nowadays. So spray and seeder, I will do at least 3 questions. One question simple, one question is longer question, and third question for you with answer. Surely you will expect that this within the 3 types, one should be in your, 2 should be in your, one is theory, one is practical, right? 3 question I will, 1 for theory, 1 for practical, and I will give you 1 for exercise. Okay? We will meet on Tuesday. Okay, thank you.